This is Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Because a lot of people in church, they think, even if you don't go to church, the thought is that who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai is going to come back with roses and daisies and loves everybody. And just going to gather everybody together and say, it's all over. Now we can live in peace and harmony. No, he's coming back to kill. Okay? So woe to you who desire that day. Because what is your end to it?
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
So that time that we're coming in, it's going to be a horrible time. It's not going to be love and peace and safety. For the elect it will be, but even they're going to have to maze through that. It's going to be nothing but complete death out here. This place is about to go down.
That's right.
Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
So when they shoot the missiles over here, it's going to be a bad sight. When people are eating people, it's going to be a bad sight. Them race riots is going to be a bad sight. The end, when the Lord comes back, all the tribulation that's going to go on is going to be bad. So when you say, I can't wait until the Lord comes back, what end is it for you? Are you following these scriptures? Because if not, it's going to be a bad one. Glad to see you on the other side.
Fine.
Verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?
Why, through everything that the so-called white man did, which is Esau, why would the Lord come back and it just be nothing but peace and not darkness? Everything is a balance. He did all those things to us. Why wouldn't bad things happen back to him? That's the day of the Lord. Those UFOs, it's not going to be, oh wow, they're coming down the same. No, you're going to be scared as shit.
Yo, just a real quick, brother, the movie Arrival. So you saw that movie Arrival? I didn't see it either, but they show you the UFOs coming and the angels gigantic, and they're basically fighting the Lord.
Beautiful. When they see those big angels come out the chariots, they're gonna pass the hell out. Because it's gonna be a scary sight. And that's the times we're coming in. The day of the Lord is at hand. So it's time for you to get right. That's the message of the day. That's the message all the time.
That's right.
Get right. You still have a chance. We're still out here fishing. Bite. Because sooner or later it's going to be hunting season. And you're not going to be able to walk down these streets saying shit in your mind. Talking shit.
This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 16. I'll start at 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
How can y'all say in church those little pamphlets you give out, white Jesus coming back, and it's all gonna be peace, and they're giving you the description in the Bible? What else more? What more do you want? Read that again, now. Read it loud.
Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
So that the day of the Lord is going to be a complete massacre. The only people that's going to make it out is the elect of the 12 tribes and the 1/3. Okay, and then Lord willing, we the men, we're gonna be hunting you Rothschilds that's gonna be hiding in them bunkers. You're not gonna be able to get away from your judgment. You're gonna be the first slaves in the fields. After we whip your ass a couple times. That's the day of the Lord. That's the description. So going back to the other what the brother was just saying, what end is it for you? If you're not in this thing sincere, and this even go first and foremost to the brothers back here and the brothers out there preaching. If you're not in this thing sincerely, what end is it for you?
That's right.
We gotta get right. We gotta get better day by day. Minute by minute, second by second. This is all we got.
Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many. There's going to be nothing but death in that day. The streets are going to be filled with bodies, blood. What's the scripture? It's going to be, the blood is going to be high as like a girdle. Somebody get that one. It's going to be a real gloomy day. So if you know that, if you're reading your scriptures and you know the day of the Lord, that's going to be that's how it's going to be. Wouldn't you want to get right? So once you recognize that, okay, now I need to get right. And then once you get into the scriptures, you know everything that the church is teaching you is BS. Like the brother said before, a couple weeks ago, the only thing they got right is tithes. And they make sure they got that. But everything else is BS. And in there, they say they saved already. I'm saved. Saved from what? What are you saved from? These people, man. Go ahead.
He wasn't saved from Dylan Roof. He went up in there.
That's right.
This Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6. Haul ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
In that time, even the so-called mighty men, it's going to be a scary sight like none other. If we're about to get the kingdom, you know we're going to have to go through some things. We're going to have to see something crazy. Think about the time of Noah, when that flood, when he flooded the whole earth. Think about that visual, how crazy that was. What's going to happen here is going to be crazier than that.
That's right.
Think about that. Think about Sodom and Gomorrah, how that burned. It's going to be crazier than that. Anything that you can imagine, 9/11, Katrina, every catastrophe is nothing compared to the day of the Lord.
That's right.
And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
That goes right into that other scripture we was reading. It's going to be a bad time. It's going to be pain. Okay? A lot of people just going to pass out. Going to have heart attacks. And the Most High is so bad, He won't make you have a heart attack. You're just going to have to endure that. Be just frightened. And that's the men. You women, man. It's going to be bad for y'all. But we ain't even going to go there.
They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and He shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
This place is going to be nothing but a desert. The only thing that's going to be dwelling here is desert animals. This place is going to be completely wiped out. Nobody's going to inhabit so-called Babylon, which is America, no more. And that's a beautiful thing, because this place is filthy. It was built on the blood of our people. This is going to be a memorial for that time.
This is Revelations 14 and 14. And This is Revelations 14 and 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
So in that day, it's like I said, it's gonna be nothing but killing. Okay? There's a right hand side and a left hand side. You know, we can heal, but there's a balance. It's gonna be time to kill. Everything is gonna have to. People gonna have to pay up in that day. The balance is due. It's been due. We just gotta be patient and wait for it.
Verse 16. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
So get that visual in your mind. That's how bad it's going to be out here. The Lord is going to come back, and he's going to have nothing but blood upon his garment. That's the other side of who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. They don't teach you about. As we always bring out, a day to the Lord is 1,000 years. He got hanged 2,000 years ago, so that to him it would be 2 days. So think about somebody doing something to you harsh 2 days ago. You ready to go? You ready for your get back? And that's just us in our flesh. So imagine how Yahushua feel. Them angels is ready, and we down here complaining.
And he was innocent too. People that get recompense now because they're guilty. The Lord was innocent, man. You put innocent blood to death, you devils, man. And 2/3 of our people.
Exactly.
Y'all the one that was saying crucify him, crucify him. So when he come back for that blood, you said what? Let the blood be upon our children and our children's children. So that blood gotta be recompensed, man.
Yep.
And that's the time that we're living in, the second death.
Brothers brought that out earlier. That's why, you know, we Jake, man, we're Israel, we're sincere people, so sometimes when bad things happen to the 2/3, we might initially be like, damn, that's fucked up, you know, because that's just us. That's a positive and a negative. But you can't really feel bad for them because they're the same ones that said, let his blood be upon us. They said that about Yahushua, so fuck them. We can't be worrying about them. And that just is what it is. That's your family, that's your friends, whoever it may be. The closest people to you could be those people. So when you see, when that day come and you see that those things happen to them, in your mind you have to say, hey, the Most High does everything for a purpose. You don't know what they did in their past life. They could be those same ones saying, put his blood to be upon me. And that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
This Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Exactly, because everybody, when so-called bad things happen, when 9/11 happened, when Katrina happened, all these things happen, they just say, oh, it was the devil, you know, nothing but pure wickedness. Them not reading the scriptures, knowing that was the Most High sending them death angels out there. Okay? He does everything in a balance. It's a time to heal, it's a time to kill. Everything is done in a balance. So in that day, in that last day before we get that kingdom, it's gonna be hell to pay. So when you see these people die, there's a reason why when you see people die horrible deaths, anything, you know there was a reason. Don't question them. You know, Jay got the saying, the good die young. Shut up, man. That's some BS.
To say, has any man perished being innocent?
Even things that we go through, brothers back here, you're going through right now, it could be because of your past life. Yeah. Okay? So when things happen to you, because you know we love to say you know, the devil's fucking with me. Why is he doing this? Don't question it, because it's the Most High that's doing it. You did something. You're not being punished for no reason. So just roll with the punches. It's hard. It's tough. It's stressful. It's tiring. You know, tedious. But we just got to roll with the punches.
Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
And that's what's going to happen on those last days. When it's time to take that chip, you're going to have some people saying, nah, I'm not taking the chip. But then they're not going to be able to get food. Then that's when all the race riots are going to happen, people running each other's houses. There's going to be no more food left. And dying of hunger is one of the worst, is one of the most painful deaths. Okay? That was created for vengeance. The Most High created that for vengeance. So that's not the so-called devil. That is the devil's work, but he's under the Most High. Everything that happened is because of Yahweh. Everything.
I want to say you got spirits on the left-hand side. By the end of the day, they trying to please the Lord. So if they supposed to, you know, bring torment to you, they trying to bring the worst kind of torment to you that they can.
That's right. And in the last days, it's going to be fire. Fire is a great purifier. And that purification is going to be you coming back on the other side. You're gonna have to go through it right here. But the merciness of the Most High I'm gonna still bring you back on the other side. All praise, call Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah for that.
You're gonna have to be shamed though.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be shamed.
That shame is gonna be a heavy burden to be in the kingdom. You know, to have everything and know that you don't deserve none of it. That's a heavy burden to bear, man. Forever?
That's right, yeah, forever. You're gonna have to wear that shame. It is what it is, though. This is his story. This is his movie, so ain't no complaining about it.
There's more, man.
Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Therefore, from the beginning, I was resolved and thought upon these things, and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good.
All the works of the Lord are good. So vengeance is good. That's righteousness. So when you see those things, don't question it. Everything is from the hand of the Most High. Whoever he uses for it.
Hey, and that's why, you know, a lot of people be talking about us, so y'all just want to kill and hate. Scripture says that vengeance is good, man. These things are good. Also what? That is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to those that trouble you. You know? Hey, that's the spirit, man. The mind of the Lord, you know, you're also in Isaiah 63rd chapter, the mind of the Lord is to do what? Is to exact revenge, man. The Most High, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. So he's gonna get his revenge on this place, and it's gonna be rightfully so, because his people, majority of his people are wicked. So if those are your people, aren't you gonna repay them back for how they're acting? We're not just going to continue to let them go about being wicked, and these other heathens too, man. So they say now that we're a hate group, or we just a bunch of evil devils. Well, they called Yahweh Shai Beelzebub. So hey, that means we must be doing the right thing, man, because ain't nobody else out here speaking against wickedness. Everybody else is talking, you know, you can let them slide. We out here speaking against wickedness. So how can you say that we're evil when we're telling you to follow the laws, statutes, commandments, and have faith in Yahweh Shai, or else repent, or else you're going to get destroyed? See, they don't want to hear that ending part. They don't want to hear the part of if you don't do it. They don't want to hear the punishment part. But the Lord said what? I came to send a sword on the earth. So that sword has to come.
And even twofold, some people only hear the punishment part, but they don't hear us telling, get right. It's still time for you to get right. We're balanced men over here. It's still time for you to get right. But if you don't get right, you're going to die by the sword.
That's
you're going to die
right.
a horrible death. Simple and plain. Like we always say, ain't none of us up here saved yet. We're out here trying to do the works. We're out trying to build our resume to get saved. So we're not saying that we're better than you. We're just giving you guidelines from the scriptures on what you need to do. And we're trying to do them to the best of our ability also.